welcome to my channel. So today we are starting off with no makeup because we're going to be getting ready together. So today I figured it would be like a super laid back video. We'll get ready together and just do a full face of nothing new. Just use makeup that's not new because you can get a pretty look without using these brand new products. You can still use your old products and still turn out great. I feel like sometimes we get in the habit of just like wanting the brand new things to have when you can still use what you already have without, you know, spending that money and buying the new stuff. So grab your coffees and let's get right into it. Okay, so I went ahead and did my brows already just because it takes me forever to do my brows. Okay, so for eyeshadow primer, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer Potion in Eden. You guys know this is my ultimate favorite. It cancels out any sorry, any veins or anything, discoloration, and just leaves a great base for the eyeshadow. And it will make your makeup last. Oh my gosh, I am everywhere in this video. It will make your eyeshadow last longer. Okay, so I'm going to actually set that with my Makeup Shayla the City Mini palette that she made with Maybelline. This cream shade, as you can tell, this is my favorite shade to use to set down primer. I always set down my primer because I feel like with this primer, if you don't, it will make your eyeshadow skip and it'll look patchy. Morphe times Jaclyn Hill. Which one is this one? Armed and Gorgeous palette. This bronzy shade is like calling my name. Or if I want to use my ultimate favorite, Dream Street palette. I seriously love this palette. But my daughter did get into it. As you can see, they're a little broke. But I still use it because I seriously love this palette so much. You can get so many looks with this. I think I'm going to use this palette. Actually, no. I'm going to go in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. Just because, as you can see, I haven't used it a whole ton. I have used it, and I love it. So let's just give it a try again. Okay, so my first transition shade, I'm going to go in with the Secure shade. You hear my food? Okay, thanks. I'm using this very lightly so it doesn't go on like super duper pigmented and dark. I just want a nice wash of the shade into the crease. I'm going to go into Agent, this darker orange. There's a lot of oranges and yellow in this palette, and green. Yeah. So it's super duper warm palette. I really haven't done a really warm eyeshadow look in a while. So if you guys noticed, I got my hair done. I don't know if you can tell in this lighting though, but it is pretty blonde. Yeah, I feel like in this lighting you can't really tell. A little bit right here. But yeah, I really, really like it. So next I do want to bring in some brown. As you can tell, this is my favorite brush. I use it all the time. This is the Morphe M441 brush. This is so good. And I'm going to go in with that Smooth Criminal shade right here. It's like warm brown. And just add that into the crease. I'm not going to take too much in the outer V just because I'm going to add this bronze shade in Classified all over the lid. Did you see that? Wow. I had to take it out a little bit far right here just so when I go to clean it up, there's still some shade out there. And then go back into the fluffy brush and go into that secure shade and kind of buff out the edges. Go ahead and add Classified, this bronzy shade, all over the lid. And I'm going to first start off just with my finger and see how that applies. It's okay. It's a little bit like, it's not really sticking. So I'm going to add my glitter glue, my NYX glitter primer, and adding this right onto the lid, just because it wasn't really sticking down. It's kind of like just moving as I was moving my finger into that shade. Yeah, much better. And a little bit into the crease, just because I do have hooded eyes, so for you to see that lid color, I kind of have to bring it up farther. So if you have hooded eyes and have that problem, I would do that. Other eye. And just pat. Back into my M441 brush and just kind of blend it out a little bit. Make sure it's not too harsh. Grab a little of this Guilt Trip and add it right to the center, just for a little bit of a pop of lighter color. I don't know if you guys can tell that it did much, but it adds just a little bit. And that is all I'm gonna do for the top here. Super simple, easy. And the palette is really nice. It, you know, you can do the shades very lightly, or you can make it, you know, crop a lot, and it's very, very pigmented. So I would just dust your brush off so you don't go in with too much at once. And shimmer shades are beautiful, so I still really like this palette. Okay, so now let's move on to the base, and I'm going to go in with two primers, which is the One Heck of a Blot and Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy. And with the One Heck of a Blot by Soap and Glory, this is like a mattifying primer, and I'm going to place this just into my T-zone. It doesn't fill in my pores that much, but it does keep me from getting oily throughout the day, which I do like about this primer. Next, the Wet n Wild, and this one is going to give you a super luminous look. So I'm adding this to the outer of my face and on the high points of the cheeks, just because I don't get oiling in this section, so I still do want it to look, you know, dewy. Look at that sheen that it leaves your skin. It's super pretty. Now for foundation, I'm going to go in with my NARS Natural Radiant. I've really been loving this foundation all over again. I forgot how much I love this. I've been loving this Airbrush Flawless Complexion Brush by IT Cosmetics. It has the, you know, the double end. This brush is so good. So I'm going to take two pumps, just because they're really tiny pumps for some reason. The product that comes out is very little. So I'm just going to stipple this on. And this is in the shade Punjab. And this is the perfect shade for me right now, because I'm not like super self-tan, but I'm not, you know, super pale either. Sorry if I'm looking like off to the side, just because that's where my mirror is. See, this brush is just, I've never hardly used a brush, but this brush recently has just been so nice. Just applies this foundation so good. Sometimes I found this foundation will look heavy if I use too much, so I have to be very light, and I feel like with this brush it stipples on very well. So this hair is getting on my nerves. I'm gonna pin them back a little bit with these little creaseless pins. For concealer, we're going to go in with this Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. This is the most full coverage concealer you're ever going to use. It has a very thick consistency, so I only use a little bit of it. That's all you really need. You don't need a whole lot. I'm going to put a little bit on this little breakout. Tiny bit here. See, just a little bit amount will cover up everything underneath your eyes. So if you notice you have like really, dark circles under there, this concealer will take care of it. If you've been having a hard time finding a full coverage concealer. With the flat side, I'm kind of just gonna go over, make sure everything is blended in nicely together. Okay, with my Collab Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder. I absolutely love this powder. It is so good. It makes your under eyes look so smooth, which I always look for. I'm not going to cream contour today. I'm just gonna do just like bronzer, blush, all that good stuff. And then I set wherever I put the concealer. I don't bake. The baking thing is not for me. If you love it, do it, but I just don't. And then I will set right here where I'm gonna apply the bronzer and everything. Okay, for bronzer, we're gonna go in with the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blends Natural Radiance Bronzer in 30 Sunkissed. This is one of my favorite bronzers in the drugstore. It is so good. It is the perfect shade. This big brush with the Morphe E2. I'm just gonna chop everything today. All right, so take some of that. I love this brush. It is so soft. And it just applies the bronzer so good. It just diffuses it so well. Just gives you a nice bronze look, not too sculpted, And then I will pinch the brush and just kind of run that along my nose. Just slightly, nothing too much. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me in Rose. Taking my favorite blush brush, my Morphe Thames Jaclyn JH06, and just going to put this on the apples of my cheeks. Run a little bit across my nose. Really pretty rosy blush. Right, and I'm going to go back into that powder, bake under here. That part I do bake. Just to make sure I didn't get too messy with the bronzer. Now for highlight, we're going to go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome Molten Gold highlight. You guys know this highlight is so good. If you haven't tried it, you need to try this highlight from the drugstore. gorgeous, gorgeous glow. Add a little bit to my inner corners. Some to my brow bone. Now I can dust this away. I don't let it sit for too long. Now I will spray my face with the Wet n Wild Rose 3-in-1 Primer Water. Just so I don't look too powdery or anything. Okay, now we'll go back into the eyes. I'll go in with that orange Secure shade. And just blend this on the lower lash line. And then the same with the Smooth Criminal shade. And that is it for the eyeshadow. I'm going to add the Marc Jacobs Brownie liner. This is a really nice warm brown. I seriously love this eyeliner. I use it a lot. I have to get really close, so 1 second. Now that I've lined, I'm actually going to go onto lips, and I'm going to use my Kylie Coconut Lip Liner. Now for lipstick, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Rum Punch. I think it's like Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks or something like that. And Rum Punch. This is such a good nude. Perfect nude. Not too pink, not too brown. Love this nude so much. I think I need some gloss. For gloss, I'm going to go in with a nudish gloss, and this is the ColourPop, I think it's Captain Light Moonchild. And just add some gloss to this look. This is such a good gloss. I forgot just how good this was. It's not sticky at all. It just makes your lips look so juicy. So good. So for mascara, I'm going to go in with my CoverGirl Exhibitionist Primer first, and then my Essence Lash Princess on top, which is the False Lash Effect Mascara, and then lower lashes, the Maybelline the Colossal Big Shot. I've been loving this for lower lashes, and I'm going to do this off camera real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, now the only other thing I did was add the ColourPop Brow Gel to my brows, and now all that's left to do is to set the face, and I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Spray, so good. I love this spray. The mist is so nice on that. Okay guys, and that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time that I upload, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.